And the player power ranking is back, boys and girls. The race for the Ballon d'Or starts today, the same way it started last month. And as you guys have seen, I'm going to be doing this every single month to the last month of the season, where I'm going to be seeing if my top 10 is very similar to the Ballon d'Or top 10. And the way this is going, if you followed the last episode last month, I'm going to be doing this on a monthly basis, basically giving you guys the best 10 players, the best 10 performers of every single month, taking it all the way through to the end of the season. Some players might miss a certain month. Some players might be back the following month. Injuries has happened to a lot of players, which is why some players are not here in terms of who was there last season. The likes of Lamine Yamal, the likes of Dembele, the likes of Jude Bellingham. So players that you don't see now in this specific month, they might appear for whatever reason in the next couple of months if we see the impact and the influence as we know and the quality as they've shown last season and the previous seasons. So these kind of lists are basically there to judge players what they're doing right now. And I think it's a fair list. Please be honest down in the comments. I want you guys to comment your top 10. Please be objective. Don't include players that is there for names but not actually done serve nothing this season. And of course, don't not include players who plays for your rival clubs. Be honest, be objective. Before we start, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and of course comment your own top 10 and your opinion with my list. In 10th place, I have got Mr. Gabriel. I feel like Arsenal is number 1 in the league. Arsenal's won 2 out of 2 in the Champions League. And there is no way I can do this without having an Arsenal player in there. And some players of the key players have been out with injuries like Saka and Saliba. And other players, other performers has been doing very well, like Timber and Calafiori. And I feel like Gabriel deserves a lot of love. For me, he's the best centre-back. That's the reason why I did the team of the season in my last video, and I had him in my team of the season so far. And I think, bro, he's taken it to another level. I think his leadership skills is shown. And 3 years ago, you never saw this from Gabriel. 3 years ago, you felt like he was the bozo. 3 years ago, you felt like he was the liability. Him and Saliba, that pairing. But now, fam, bro, you can easily say he's more important than Gabriel, more important than Saliba in certain games. Like, everything that he's done so far, he leads most of the defensive numbers in the Premier League. It was going to be him and Virgil, but over the past 2 weeks, he's creeped up, whereas Virgil went down. Again, it might change next month, but I feel like Gabriel, for me, has been the best centre-back so far this season and deserves to be in this kind of list. In 9th place, if you don't know who he is, get to know. If you don't know who he is, get to know. Semenyo, 6 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League. He's got 9 GAs already in about 7-8 games. Bournemouth is 4th in the league. Bournemouth is 2 points away from Arsenal. Bournemouth this season, despite losing so many key players, Dean Huijsen, Kirkis, Zaberni, Kepa, 4 of the 5 back line all got sold. Yet, they are only 2 points away from Arsenal, and yet they are having the best start which they've ever had in the Premier League. And it comes down to him. Anthony is such an amazing manager. You guys know me. If you guys follow my content, if you guys follow SDS, Bournemouth is my main team. Bournemouth, I had stocks in Bournemouth ever since Anthony was signed for them. Like I'm so high on Bournemouth, and this guy is so good. I've watched most of Bournemouth games. The last game against Fulham, they're losing 1-0, and Fulham is the better team. Bournemouth is yet to showcase what they can do. It feels like the game is going to be over. It feels like this is one of the games that Bournemouth's not great because Bournemouth wasn't that good. Give the ball to Semenyo. Look, please, please, please go and check his first goal. This is what you call a difference maker. And this is what you call an X factor. And this guy is an X factor. This guy is an absolute. Give him the ball and let him cook. Let him create. Let him score. And this guy has been doing it better than anyone in the league this season. Only Haaland leads in terms of more GAs in the Premier League. And this guy is so good. So, so good. And I feel like he's not going to get the love because, one, he plays for Bournemouth. He's not going to get the love because, secondly, look where he's from. But this guy deserves a lot of credit because, fam, Semenyo, for me, I don't care what anyone says, this guy's world-class. This guy's world-class. Last season was just a glimpse. This season so far, even 2 years ago. 2 years ago was the glimpses. Last season, so far this season, oh my goodness. If his name was Semenyo and he's from Brazil, We'll be calling this guy, hey, get him to Barcelona the same way Rafinha did at Leeds, if you guys remember. Like I said, this guy's incredible, man. In 8th place, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't look away. Embrace it. Because it's the reality and this is the truth, boys and girls. It's the reality and it's the truth, boys and girls. I know you're looking at me like, what? I know you're looking at me, come on, man, you're glazing. But my brothers and sisters, Arda Güler is a Ballon d'Or contender, fam. Like I said, you might look away, but smell the beans because the beans is telling you so. There is no way you can't tell me that Arda Güler has not been one of the best players so far this season. There is no way. There's no way. There's no way you can tell me he ain't been one of the best performers and players so far this season. I mean, the numbers just speaks for itself. 3 goals and 3 assists in La Liga. He leads La Liga with the most chances created. Because I've seen a stat, apparently for Pedri, he's got 40. No. Chill down. The numbers don't lie. You might lie, I might not lie, but numbers don't lie. That's for sure. And Arda Güler leads La Liga with the most chances created with 21, and he's only got 3 GAs. Certain players missing chances, fam. He should be on 5 or 6 GAs already. But not only that, forget the GAs, forget the assist. It's just the importance of having him in the team. And I made it very clear last season. I made it very clear what I see the role of Arda Güler and what I envision the goal of Arda Güler. And I'm seeing it just fold right now, like in front of my eyes. This guy has to start for Real Madrid because this guy is for me, he's our best creator. And I said it last season, and I said it this season. He is our best creator. The passes that he can make, no one else can make it except for him. And you see the impact of every single game, and you see the impact when he left the pitch against Atleti and how we were going forward without him, but how we are with him on the pitch. This guy's important. This guy is influential. Real Madrid's having a great start. Leads La Liga. 2-2 in the Champions League. It comes down to one player, which I'll come to later down in the power ranking, but it comes down to him. This guy, you might laugh because it's Arda Güler and how much I glaze Arda Güler and how much I give him flowers over the past 2 seasons. But at the same time, glazing, forget the glazing. Sometimes it's just reality. And please be honest. Please be objective. This guy is, honestly speaking, one of the best players so far this season. One of the best performers so far this season. Again, next month, someone else might take his place. But for now, brother, you can't even deny it, bro, at this point. Number 7 is Mr. Julian Alvarez. 6 goals and 1 assist in La Liga. 1 goal and 3 assists in just 1 Champions League. He missed the first game. The game against Frankfurt, boom, 3 GAs already. And Atleti is having a comeback season, you can say. Because start of the season, they weren't winning games. Start of the season, they went in a 4-game, 5-game winless streak. And they start picking form. And it started, they looked at Real Madrid, they said, we know we can beat you. And they did. They beat Real Madrid. They beat Frankfurt. Yes, last game against Celta Vigo, they were 1-0 up. They got man sent down. They drew that game. But Alvarez, in the last 4 games, got 6 goals and 2 assists. 8 GAs in the last 4 games. And he's been one of Atleti's most important players. The goal which he's scoring as well, the catalogue of the goals that he's scoring, free kicks, set pieces, long shots, tap-ins, headers, difficult finishes. Like, this guy is having such a great start of the so far of the season. And at one point, start of the season, if you guys remember, or if you guys didn't notice about Atleti, this guy wasn't even starting. Like, Simeone looked at him and said, he was taking him off in early games. He came out and said, why always me? Like, to Simeone, why you always taking me off at the 60 minute? And then Simeone after that said, you know what? I'm sorry, bro. I will never, ever do it again. Because the last couple of games, this guy's been playing on another level. Julian Alvarez, fair play to you. Number 6 is the best fullback in the world, Nuno Mendes. And this guy, you know Nuno Mendes? And you know what's scary about Nuno Mendes is this guy, I feel like with every game that goes by, I feel like he unlocks something about him. Like, since when did he add set pieces to his game? You know, the last 2 games is an example of what the flow state of Nuno Mendes, like the level of Nuno Mendes, and the ceiling which he hasn't even reached, but there's so much to achieve in Nuno Mendes. The game against Barcelona, man of the match award, man of the match display, defensively going forward, he did everything that game. The most complete fullback performance I've seen in a while. And then the game against Lille. Why am I seeing him take 35 yard set pieces, fam, and top corner? Like, this guy, I said in my last video, and I'll make it very clear so far this video, if you didn't pay attention. You can look at every single position in the whole world, Go to left back, right back, centre back, goalkeeper, midfield, left wing, right wing, 10s, 8s, 6s, and strikers. And that's been so many great players. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, the biggest difference in position in 1, 2 out of all positions is left back. Because Nuno Mendes is by far the best left back in the world, and the second closest one is a massive gap. And that is a bigger gap than any other position. Go to right back, you see a very close gap between Hakimi to Timber to Reece James. So far the season's been great. To Koundé to Trent. Go to different positions. Left wing, you got Vinny, but then again, so far he hasn't started. And then Rafinha, Kvara, then Leao. Go to right wing and Mo Salah. I mean, go to any other positions. Left back is the only position where you see a massive gap. That's how good Nuno Mendes is. Last season, him finishing top 10 last year wasn't a surprise. So far this season, he's maintaining that. And if he does it every single season, we might be looking at an all-timer, bro. That's how scary he is. In 5th place, we have got Michael Olise. Michael Olise, stand up, brother. 3 goals, 2 assists so far in the Bundesliga. 1 goal and 2 assists in the Champions League. He's having and basically carrying his form from last season, but so far this season, he's doing it with a little bit more flair to it. A little bit more influence to it. Like last season, he said, you know what? It's my debut season. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be cute. But so far this season, mamma mia, look at the goal. Yes, I know you might say the opponent, Faysal, Paphos, that's not the team that we can judge. I agree. But the goal, the manner of the goal, the beautiful of the goal, just him walking around. He scored just strictly by aura. Just strictly by aura. That was just an aura goal. Him just walking to the goal. Player just flinched away and bro, this so good. And I feel like, I'm gonna be real, I feel like he might be a consistent player in this top 10 list for months to come. Like, I wouldn't be surprised next season. Like, him finishing 30 last season was an absolute disgrace. So I wouldn't be surprised if by next season, if he continues at this level, we might see him in the top 10, bro. In 4th place, it has to be Mr. Pedri, the best midfielder so far this season, and Barcelona's most important and best player so far this season. Barcelona started the season very well, and then the last 2 games, they lost against Paris Saint-Germain, they lost against Sevilla. But if you had to pick one person who's been Barca's best player, Barca's still only 1 point behind Real Madrid, so it's not massive. They won against Newcastle, lost against Paris Saint-Germain. But Pedri has been the standout in most games. The last game against Seville, you could see how exhausted he got because Hansi Flick has been using him like a soap, bro. Like Fede last season. They've been using him like a soap. Like, he barely gets rest. Barely gets minutes barely gets minutes on the bench, fam. He's been using him 90 minutes in almost every single game. So the last game against Seville, you could tell in the second half got exhausted, and the game against Paris Saint-Germain, to be fair. But Pedri has been a undisputed performer for Barcelona for the whole so far this season. Every game you can see a standout from Pedri. At least he's dropping a 7 or 8 out of 10. And this is coming from a Real Madrid fan as well. He's got 24 chances across all competitions, but only got 1 assist. So his teammates are letting this guy down, fam. Because he's only got 1 GA. And again, Pedri is one of those players you can't judge him by GA. But if you actually watch this game, this guy should be minimum on at least 7 to 8 GA, 7 to 8 assists. But his teammates, especially Ferran Torres, letting him down, fam. But Pedri, if you don't have him in top 10, it's a disgrace. If you don't have him in top 5, I'm going to be looking at him like, interesting. But Pedri, for me, top 4. Then, I went straight into it. Chat. I'm going to be real. Top 3 is between 3 players that we all know who they are. And the reason why, I kind of gave it away. The reason why I've got Haaland 3rd is because his team is not doing that well compared to his other 2 players. The other 2 players, both of them are leading La Liga, and both of them has won 6 points out of 2. Both Champions League, they won 2 out of 2. Haaland, they drew against Monaco in the Champions League, so they're not 100% record in the Champions League. And in the league, they're not 1st, they're not 2nd. They're not 3rd, they're not even 4th. I think they're 5th in the Premier League, if I'm not mistaken. But look at the numbers. Just hear the numbers. 9 goals and 1 assist in the Premier League. 3 goals in the Champions League. But the craziest point about how good Haaland has been and why City is nowhere near 1st in either competitions, the 2nd highest top scorer for Man City has got 1 goal. And that's joined by so many players. Is joined by Foden, is joined by, I think, Doku, is joined by Reichenders, is joined by so many players. One, 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 one. Haaland is double digits, fam. This guy's got 12 goals so far this season. So this is a carriage up that we're seeing. And if Haaland don't score, City don't win. And this is it's reached that level that if Haaland doesn't score a single goal, or if Haaland is quiet, if Haaland is not having one of his usual games, City can't win. But if Haaland's playing well, City's playing well. And this is the carriage up that he's doing so far. Like last season, he was in the top 10. 2 years ago, he was amongst there. 3 years ago, won the treble, didn't win the Ballon d'Or. But so far this season, he's having a Ballon d'Or season, fam. And if he continues, I'm looking forward to see him and the other two players, which we'll get to. I want to see if it changes every month, because I'm sure it will. I'm not gonna put Haaland every month third. But I wouldn't be surprised if by next month we might see him second, we might see him first. If the obvious levels drop and then this guy just goes even higher. Like his only concern and his only worry is not even his level, because his level will sustain, I'm pretty sure. His only concern is whether City will win games, or whether they drop points. Because if they drop points, if they don't lose games, then his Ballon d'Or chances goes down and down and down. That's what I'm saying. In second place, we have Mr. Harry Kane. Mr. Harry Kane in second place, 11 goals and 3 assists. 4 goals in the Champions League, 18 goals in all competitions. And we are only in October. We've just entered October. And that is how insane of a season he's having. Second and first, they're very tight. They're very, very, very tight. It's not even 1 and 2. For me, it's 1A and 1B. And that's how close it is between both of them. But I think the reason why, let me go straight to number 1. I think you guys all know who number 1 is. The reason why I've got Mbappe above Kane is because, 1, he leads both La Liga and the Champions League as a top scorer. Harry Kane is the top scorer in the Bundesliga, but not the Champions League. Secondly speaking, I think with Real Madrid, I think we need Mbappe's goals more than than Bayern. Bayern, of course, is doing very well. But if you look at that Bayern team, everyone is contributing in some way. I only mentioned Elise. Luis Diaz is having, in terms of numbers, is having a great season. Gnabry is having a redemption as well, fam. And you're seeing the midfielders and the fullbacks pop up with numbers as well. The likes of Lima is having a great season. The likes of Goretzka scoring goals. So you're seeing everyone contribute with numbers. Real Madrid is not really the same, because Vinny's now finally having somewhat like the game against Real, having a great season. Yes, I know you guys might say, well, he's got a GA spot. In terms of performances, he's there. Arda Güler, of course, next to him. Franco finally showcasing what he can do, regaining form. But in terms of what everyone can do, I think, what's his name? Kane got more help than Mbappe. And that's why I've got Mbappe 1, because at one point I felt like the only way we can win is by Mbappe. The same way Bayern, the only way they can win is by Kane and other players. And before you say, well, it's all penalties, this guy got more penalties than this guy. Just making it very clear. Before you drop your little agendas, and I know you've got some weird agendas towards my man, you call him Mbappe or whatever it is, he's got less penalties than Kane, but everyone talks about his penalties and not his penalties, because it's a media thing, and the media controls the narratives. The media only talks about, oh, Mbappe scores another penalty, but they never say the same about Kane, because when Kane scores penalties, the headlines are, oh, Harry Kane scores another goal. But why is it when Mbappe scores a penalty is Mbappe scores another penalty? The media controls a lot of the narrative, and that's why they've portrayed the idea that Mbappe, 100% of his goals is all penalties, when it's not even the case. He's got more penalties, but everyone thinks he's got more penalties. But for me, these are my top 10. Let's see if by next month it changes. But put down in the comments what you guys feel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tomorrow I will have the top 10 clubs in the world on my second channel. We'll see you soon. Peace.